I am a troubled man today because, Madam, as members of the highest temple of democracy, we are supposed to be giving solutions to the people of this country.
Yeah.
But we see the impatience, we see the carelessness, we see the arrogance, and we see their abject, their attitude of one-sidedness. When this whole country, the whole nation is watching us, that what solutions do these leaders put up before the nation during these discussions, these very delicate discussions concerning the youth, concerning democracy, concerning terrorism. Here we are, a bunch of people shouting and screaming at each other and unable to actually address the real problems. It is sad, and while sitting here patiently and listening to all sides, I am heartbroken to say that the youth of this country does not deserve us. We are the most undeserving set of people to be in this house today. We were supposed to carry out this discussion tomorrow, Madam. I do not know what was the great hurry of mudslinging from both sides. One side demands and the other side accepts that we had to move it earlier. And I am not interested in taking sides with any of these parties. I am interested to hear, and I wish to sit till the end of these discussions to hear who has a word of solace, who proves that he or she has a point of solution to the problems that the nation is facing today. Is it only votes that matter? Is it only us and them? Are we not simplifying matters by breaking the country up into two parts, us and them? If you love your country, you love me. If you don't love me, you don't love the country. So by dividing the country in this manner, we are creating a bunch of people whose petty political ambitions are to be assuaged, are to be satisfied at the cost, a heavy cost to the country. I would like to quote Voltaire, who said, "I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it." When they refused the help of the Pakistan army, which said that we have easier access to Siachen, we will reach your post quicker, and we will save your soldiers, the government refused. And for 6 days, the young men of our army were under 25 feet of snow. And there was one brave heart, as that is the word being used, one brave soldier with the tenacity and love for his motherland who survived, was brought to the hospital. Then I do not know whom amongst us he saw that he gave up his last breath. It is sad for this nation that we are not able to recognize these brave people. I am not standing up here to glorify Afzal Guru. I believe in democracy honestly. I believe that modern human intellect, till this day, till the 21st century, has not as yet thrown up any better system of governance, if we see across the world, any better system of governance than democracy. I know, we are all parts, little molecules in this whole system. We all know that there are lots of discrepancies, lots of shortcomings and disappointments. Even we are disappointed with ourselves, with our own performances. But yet, we all recognize that today, modern man has as yet not evolved and brought about a better system of governance than democracy. And so when you have a scoundrel by the name of Afzal Guru, who dares to come and attack this sacrosanct temple, there can be but killings and there can only be hanging, which is the result that we saw. The very system that he wanted to destroy, that system allowed him to breathe for 11 years, 1 month, and 11 days after he was nabbed for this dastardly attack. That very system allowed him to go on appeal from one court to the other court to the other court till the Supreme Court. And that very system of democracy allowed him to go on a clemency petition to the president, which also elongated his lifespan. The man, that scoundrel, did not have that much of understanding how great this system is, what parliament is. There should be no mercy shown for people of that level. Absolutely, I am certain about that. And yet, there are those amongst us who glorify a person like Afzal Guru, and directly or indirectly, they are willing to stand shoulder to shoulder with those very people who say that we want to break up this country. No, hang on. Wait, please wait. Please wait, have patience. Wait, it's coming. They have no shame to align themselves and go to the university whose, unfortunately, you have shut down the water supply for the last 6 days. Shame on you, sir. Shame on the government. You have stopped water supply to the JNU campus for the past 6 days. Don't say no. Don't say no. You are aware of it. Don't say no. You are. No. But, madam, I would like to bring back the discussion. Madam, I would like to bring back the discussion on track. Yes. In this whole pell-mell of confusion, in our desperateness to politicize on one side Rohit Vemula, nobody said that whether he is backward or whether he is scheduled caste or Dalit or an upper caste Brahmin, that doesn't matter. He was a young man of India. Nobody is bothered about that because these people want to politicize on that. And those people sitting there, they want to politicize on the us and them issue. So nobody is better, madam. They are all on equal footing. We lost sight of this critical anti-India movement because you lost sight. You forgot that trying to propagate, trying to help a bunch of students with political ambitions, a bunch of non-students who entered the university premises, trying to support their political ambitions, you lost track of the greater picture. How within a campus, anti-India movement is being built up. A campus that is funded by the taxpayer of this country. But then on the other hand, if you look at the very country that they were idolizing and now you are idolizing, the US, if you look back a couple of months ago in the University of Missouri, the black students in that university, That is racism. I take back my word, madam. African American, colored students in that university, they raised slogans against the US. They said the words that they used was discreet racism. How their faculty, their fellow students, everybody was a racist and how they were being punished for that. It has happened in the US and the government tolerated it. It spread throughout many universities. The government there tolerated and handled it with kid gloves. This problem in the JNU could have been handled better. This is not the first year that they are doing it. After the hanging in 2014 of Afzal Guru, in 2015 also a similar documentary screening, similar discussion was held in the JNU. But at that time, this bunch of young people who are out now for some political recognition, they did not exist in the JNU. The so-called leftists who raised slogans against India, they were present. And because they were larger in number, there was nothing that the government could do. But this time through, when a small little spider went up and got one single post, then the government got worried. And then the government suddenly thought of nationalism. So when I think of nationalism, ma'am, I remember Benito Mussolini, Italy. You know, Italy. I remember Adolf Hitler and his National Socialists. That is nationalism for me. But if you ask me, I as an Indian, I'm a patriot. I love my country. But then I cannot ask you or anybody else that if you love your country, you love me. I have no rights for that. Nobody owns this country. This country is owned by all of us. All of us are temporary. All of us are here for a short while. But this country is for all of us. When frauds dressed as lawyers attacked students, beat up professors, beat up journalists, the police, the face of the government, central government, union government, because this was Delhi police, stood as a mute spectator. And today that is why, because of your malintentions, people are questioning your veracity, your honesty. Not because you are not Indians. Nobody questions you on that front. Nobody questions your love for the country. But people question your intentions. The educated in India is now in double minds, and you put them in that situation. They were very clearly in your favor at the initial stages. When people saw those doctored television broadcasts, they all supported you. But your actions damaged your own cause. The way the police was seen standing as mute spectator, the way that commissioner started speaking, the way the Honorable Home Minister started quoting tweets, of all things tweets, those are gossips. And you label somebody as a terrorist because of some tweets. And terrorism is something that is punishable by death. So when you made these mistakes, you turned the country upside down, you confused those same people who wanted to support you. You have no solution. Please remember that these acts of yours have created a severe loss of confidence on the establishment amongst the youth and the students. I would also request you to remember that government or the system of governance should welcome criticism. When your faults are thrown up at your face, you have an opportunity to rectify it. When you shy away from looking at your own faults, you do not realize what is happening till 2019 hits you from the head. And then it will be too late. This country needs action now, not police action. You cannot deal with this country, with the students of this country, with the youths of this country by beating them up with goons, black shirts, grey shirts, the Schutzstaffeln and the police. You have to deal with them as a civilized society and a civilized government.
Yes.
Madam,
Yes.
I will speak just a few more words.
Please.
Unfortunately, we are all aware that the story doesn't end here. The story actually starts here. How does it start? Where lies the problem? It is not so much Afzal Guru who actually bothers you. Let's be very honest. That us and them divide, khaki, non-khaki, that also doesn't really bother you. You are in seat of power. What bothers you? What bothers you is the appalling economic system in this country, the appalling economic situation in this country. Your banks have collapsed. The rupee is dipping 6.6% in a few days' time. In February 23rd, it was 68 rupees to a dollar. By yesterday, it had reached 70 rupees to a dollar. I also love traveling abroad.
Yes, please. Now.
Given an opportunity, I would travel any time. But despite that, I keep in touch with my country, with my state, and with my constituency. I do not forget my nation when I travel abroad.
No.
Madam, the State Bank's record is damned by the Punjab National Bank. The Punjab National Bank's NPAs have been outdone by the Bank of Baroda's NPAs. If we see bank by bank, it is not bank nationalization that is to blame. It is the present day administration that is to blame. A bench, madam,
Please.
a bench headed by the, I would beseech your attention, madam. A bench headed by the Chief Justice of India in the Supreme Court recently asked the government lawyer, people are owing thousands of crores to the public banks. It is a big fraud. I'm quoting the Supreme Court statement, the Chief Justice's words. Top 10 public sector banks have written off 40,000 crore alone in 2015. It is all there in newspaper reports. Public financial institutions are lending money despite knowing there will be no returns.
Yes, please.
What are you doing about it? So in this kind of a situation,
Yes, a budget. Please, please, please. Yes, please.
This is not tweet. This is not tweet. This is not tweet. This is from the Supreme Court.
Tathagat ji, now please conclude. Please conclude.
Yeah. These
Yes, please.
economic mishandlings, the total callousness and the total ineptness of this government has disillusioned the youth of this country, has disillusioned the students of this country. They do not think the future of this nation is safe in the hands of these people or those people. They threw them out. Now they are waiting for their opportunity to deal with them. But
Yes.
the country being under dire economic stress
Yes. Please.
needs instead that the government makes the citizens honestly aware of what are their responsibilities.
Okay.
You cannot hide under the fuel excise just because petrol prices are low.
Please.
And you are making some money out of it. That's a temporary benefit. Eventually, when this boomerangs, you may not be around,
Please.
but the country will be around. I would suggest,
Yes.
and this is my suggestion, ma'am, is that the time has come that the government of the day comes clean and tells the people what is the situation.
Yes.
Let us not hide behind smoke screens of agitations for reservations,
Yes.
student troubles. All those are things of the past which these people used and failed. Let us not replicate their moves. Find new ways. Be honest with the citizens. Come out clean. And tell the citizens what you expect from them. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
आपको ये तय करना होगा, आप अफजल गुरु के साथ हैं, आप संसद पर हमला करने वालों के साथ हैं या संसद को बचाने वालों के साथ हैं, आपको ये तय करना होगा।